Hey guys, how you guys doing? So yeah, in today's episode we kind of started our mosque. It's also gonna have like a shrine area, so it's gonna be like a mosque mixed with like a Buddhist kind of thing. Yeah, so it's gonna have like the typical tower, it's gonna have like the typical entrance, and we also connected the path, so it's actually really looking really nice how it goes through the trees and next to the waterfall that we have. So yeah, in today's episode we're actually gonna watch a video by this YouTuber, which I give all credits to him. Like I say guys, when you find these guys, you have to subscribe to them. They actually change your life and you're gonna be so thankful. And also in this episode I wanna invite you guys to research on ancient civilizations, because I'm watching this series and I know in this series they may say some things that may be exaggerated, for instance, but yeah, it's very interesting. And like I say guys, it's just things that expand your way of thinking, like knowing right now that we are in this planet going rotating in like really fast, and it's just amazing to know how amazing life is. So yeah, it talks about the duality of things. So they mentioned how Mendeleev, which was the guy who created the periodic table, actually dreamt, like had a dream about creating that. And they talk about how maybe aliens communicate through it and so on. And yeah, what I mean about duality of things is that at the same time there was another guy that was working on a similar periodic table, and also the guy who invented the telephone, there was another guy who also was kind of inventing the same thing. Same goes for the wheels. So it's just very interesting how it works, and they also have theories of the Great Sphinx being in Mars because of the duality theory. So yeah, now we're gonna watch the video and then talk about it.
I'm gonna tell you a secret today. And if you completely realize this secret, you will feel so much more free, so much more grateful, so much more alive. And this is especially for the people that have not been feeling alive lately, that have been wondering why they haven't felt lately like they felt like they when they were a child, so free, so excited, so much joy, so much passion, and that tapered off, and now they don't really feel anything, and they are more thinking all the time. So what I'm going to tell you today is very interesting, and it can change your entire perspective on your problems and on how you're feeling. So please stay tuned and watch to the end of this video, because this can bring a big realization into your life. So what am I talking about? I am talking about that we are resisting how we are feeling. And what do I mean with this? Let's say we are fearful. Let's say you are fearful and you're anxious, or you have a negative feeling that you don't want to be feeling. What we do in a moment if we have a negative feeling that we don't want to be feeling is we reject the negative feeling. We reject the negative feeling, right? We push it away, we put it down, we don't want to feel it. But what we are really doing is we cannot choose that we don't want to feel the negative feelings, but we do want to feel the positive feelings of love, excitement, passion, and gratefulness. Our mind and our body cannot make a difference between those feelings. For our minds, it is feeling in general. So what we are doing is we are suppressing feeling in general. When we are rejecting fear, rejecting a feeling of fear in our body, or a feeling of angriness or negative thoughts or sadness in our body, what we're doing is we're not only suppressing and pushing down the negative feeling, we're pushing down feeling in general. So what this means is we're also pushing down excitement, joy, love, freedom, peace, all this stuff. We're all pushing it down. So that's the reason we don't feel so good, so loving, so cheerful anymore when we were children, because we are pushing down the negative feelings, because we have the belief that we cannot let it be there. We cannot accept this. So what happens is we push down every feeling, and out of nowhere we're pushing down every feeling, and now we're not feeling anything anymore, but this energy we have still needs to go somewhere. So boom, if we're not feeling, it goes to our mind, and it keeps our mind busy. Boom, boom, boom. Because what I noticed is if I'm not feeling my emotions and I'm not feeling and in tune with my body and my emotions, my thoughts get way more active. So I'm not connected with how I'm feeling, so I'm gonna be here. You're not in your body, so you're in your mind. So you're gonna be in these negative thoughts most of the time, because these busy thoughts you get are most of the time built on this negative feeling. So if you're not willing to acknowledge it, you're getting caught in the negative thoughts that are linked with this feeling. So what happens if we push down how we're feeling is we get crazy stuck in these negative thought loops. We get crazy stuck in them, maybe for years. Some people get even stuck in these negative thoughts and these strict and stressful egos for their whole life. So we don't want to do this. We don't want to do this. Please realize this. You don't want this. So what we need to be doing is we need to acknowledge and feel these negative feelings, how we're feeling. And I know it can be scared at the beginning. I know it can be scared, and I know it can be overwhelming. I've had times in my life where I thought I would never get out of this rut. I would never get out of these negative feelings. But that's also just a thought. That's the thing. It's also just a thought. So go into this feeling. Let yourself feel it. And don't try or need to fix it. You don't need to change any of it. If you feel this negative feeling, the thing we can do is we breathe towards it. We do a breathing exercise and we let ourselves feel it. We let ourselves be there. We embrace it, and we even try to be a little bit more kind towards ourselves. Be a little bit more loving towards the feeling. The negative feeling, we don't want to see this thing as I'm saying like, okay, we need to see the negative feeling like we need to solve it. You don't need to solve it. You just let it be there. You just let yourself sink in it. You just love the feeling. You embrace it with love. You embrace it yourself with kindness. Maybe you say some kind things towards yourself, and okay, it can be super painful. Maybe you cry and maybe you get super sad and all this stuff, but this is the releasing of all these negative thoughts you kept hidden from yourself. And this is what is needed to live a life full of freedom and to go back to the state of excitement and passion we had when we were kids. It's the releasing of all these negative and heavy thought patterns and negative feelings, and we can do this through being more kind and loving towards ourselves. And this is the one secret. Not running away from your feelings anymore and not pushing it down, because you're pushing every feeling down and you're also not going to feel good anymore. So we let it be. We let ourselves feel it, and we embrace the negative feeling with love, even how difficult it is. And we don't need to solve it in one time. We don't need to solve it. We just let ourselves feel it. And you can notice directly, or maybe after a little while, how this can change your life and how this is going to make your life so much better, so much more present, so much more free, and so much more peaceful. So I hope I drove this point home for you guys. I hope this makes sense. If you support this message, support this message. If you recognize this message in yourself and you feel like subscribing, you can do it. And I don't like this fucking pitch at the end of the video of like subscribe to the channel and like the video. So do whatever you want and just enjoy your life, and I'll check you in the next one. Pow!
Yeah, man. So as you can see, he basically talks about how we have to accept how we feel, and it's also very interesting how he says, "Oh, I cannot accept how I feel. It's too hard for me, or whatever." And those are just thoughts. So what do we do when we get like this bad feeling? We just observe it, and as he explained it, he perfectly explained it. And you see, guys, he is basically also saying that he's not teaching you anything new. If you recognize this within yourself, you'll be free from all suffering. Yeah, so everything is looking really nice. I really like that meditation center and our path leading up to the mosque. And I'm also gonna bring more animals into the new place. I want it to be like a place connected with God or something like that. And yeah, coming back to the video, like I say, guys, doesn't really matter what situation we're in. Obviously, we are gonna have to do our best, and there are some difficult situations, but what I mean about it doesn't really matter who has more money, who has more friends, who has more whatever. It's just ego, and once you realize that awakening beats all of that, honestly, it's amazing.